Okay, and welcome back. This is episode 3 of Dystopia Media. If you tuned in a little bit before and had to restart the video, I apologize, but I hope I have the technical things worked out because I really want to show this video on my new podcast service. Also want to thank all the new people that signed up here recently. Had a lot of new people join the YouTube page that we have set up for Dystopia Media. Really appreciate that. We're trying to get our subscribers up. Also, a lot of new people joined the new Facebook page for Dystopia Media, and that's really helping us a lot too. So if you haven't joined the Dystopia Media YouTube and Facebook pages yet, please do that. And also take a moment to share this broadcast and help us to build up an audience. It takes a few minutes for people to get on board. And we're talking about an important subject today. We're talking about the Biden-Harris border disaster, and it is a disaster, folks. I mean, if you remember how much the Democrats complained, they said, "Oh my God, Trump is putting these poor illegals into cages." Well, now they've got them really boxed up down there. And Senator Ted Cruz, we got to give him some applause today. He went down there to film it, and this DHS worker. Apparently, she's a new DHS worker who looks so much like a Casio AOC. It looks like a mini AOC getting in Ted Cruz's face, physically blocking him. Now, if you've seen this video already, I want you to stay tuned, and I want you to watch it again through this broadcast, because I want you to help me make sure that I can broadcast it and get it over to people through this medium. And also, I want you to be able to watch it in a way to, help us spread the word about what's going on with a lot of the most important issues of the day. We're trying to develop a new tool here through Dystopia Media, because everybody knows that the dice are loaded on Facebook, Google, YouTube, Twitter. If you're anywhere to the right of Joseph Stalin, if you're part of the no Biden people, if you didn't vote for Joe Biden, you're being shadow banned and censored and all sorts of things by, stuff on social media. So we've got to do our best to work together to overcome that and to share broadcasts like this. So I'm doing a little sharing real quick myself to get the word out. And now we're going to go and try to do that video. Let's try to watch the video together and talk about this, because I want to see if you see what I see. So here we go. We're going to take the video. I want to say a special word about this. This video is not on YouTube. This is on Rumble. Rumble, a YouTube Google alternative. This podcast is not going through on Rumble just yet, but I did sign up for an account on Rumble today, and we're getting that started because I want to reward and support free speech platforms like this that will allow this video to come through. There may be copies of this on YouTube. We'll check that later. There are several copies on Rumble, but the one I'm linking to is the one by Dinesh D'Souza, who this is a video I've been helping promote today, and it's been viewed, looks like almost 300,000 times today. And it's been rumbled, which I think is a type of share on Rumble. It looks like the time of this broadcast here around 3 p.m. on March 29th, 2021, we're looking at around 4,742 rumbles. Now, I'm going to hit this here in a second, but I've got to make sure that we've got our people on the chat stream. If you are there, let's hear from you. I see the Facebook people coming in. Also, I'm hoping well, actually, I'm not seeing any comments this time. If you're hearing me, please make a comment and let me know that the audio is getting through. I just switched over to there we go. I see some Facebook coming in. And also, I'm really looking forward to our first YouTube comment happening while we are on the air here. Welcome, Christopher. Welcome, Larry. Good to see you guys here. How's my audio? Are you seeing the picture here? All right. We're reaching the moment of truth. Now, I'm going to come over here. We're going to try to play this video, and I'm counting on you folks at home to let me know if you can hear this video, where you're coming from. And once again, if you haven't signed up for the Dystopia Media page on Facebook, whatever page you're listening to this from on Facebook, you won't be able to get it too much longer unless you join the Dystopia Media Facebook page, which we just created. We also need the people over as subscribers on YouTube. And if anybody's watching this on YouTube can hear us, can make a comment, we'd appreciate that. So let's go down to the border where sitting Texas Senator Ted Cruz tried to take a video when one of the Biden's new DHS goons got in his face. I'm going to hit play here, and please let me know yes or no if you can see and hear this, and let's watch it together. Here we go. Whoop.
work for the commissioner, your senior advisor. You were hired 2 weeks ago, and you're instructed to ask us to not have any pictures taken here because the political leadership at DHS does not want the American people to know it. You keep standing in front of the pictures, so you don't want the pictures taken. The rules are arbitrary, and they're designed to keep the American people in the dark.
And respect. That's all we ask.
Well, no, it's not. You're asking, is this dignity and respect? Look at these people. There's a pandemic. Let me ask you. There's a pandemic.
I respectfully ask you, sir.
There is a pandemic. Is this respecting the rights of these kids? Are you respecting the rights of these kids?
This is not a zoo, sir. Please don't treat the people.
You're right, and this is a dangerous place.
Please don't treat the people.
And your policies, unfortunately, are trying to hide them. I understand you were instructed when 18 senators came down here.
Respect the people, give them dignity.
I respect them, and I want to fix this situation. And the administration you're working for is responsible for these conditions.
Please respect the people with dignity and respect.
And I ask you to respect the people as well.
I am respecting you. I am respecting the people.
This is not respect.
Okay, so I have some people telling me that they've barely got sound on that, cannot really hear it. Gosh. That's just really so disappointing when I have worked and try to get this stuff set up that way. So, and nobody's saying that they can hear it. Well, one person saying got into Michigan. If you're listening to me right now, could you hear the audio on the video? Yes or no? Let me know, because I'm trying to work. I'm new with the software. I'm trying to get this stuff working so that we can have a conversation about it. Let's see here. We're going to try it one more time, and I'm going to try to fix the sound. I'm going to sort of rig things here a little bit. We're going to try this video one more time, and I'm going to see if I can do something to adjust the volume. Hang on. Here we go. All right, folks, one more time. Please, as the video plays, let me know if you can hear the volume, the audio, yes or no.
Please give dignity to the people. Please give dignity to the people.
So you work for the commissioner, your senior advisor. You were hired 2 weeks ago, and you're instructed to ask us to not have any pictures taken here.
Please respect the people,
because the political
rules.
leadership at DHS does not want the American people to know it.
Please respect the rules,
You keep
sir.
standing in front of the pictures, so
Please
you don't want the
respect the
pictures
rules.
taken. The rules are arbitrary, and
Please
they're
respect
designed
the rules
to keep
and
the
give
American
the people
in the dark.
dignity and respect. That's all we ask.
Well, no,
dignity
it's
and
not.
respect.
You're asking, is this
Please-
dignity and respect? Look at
Please
these people.
give
There's
dignity
a
and respect
pandemic.
to the people.
Let me ask you. There's a
I
pandemic.
respectfully ask you, sir.
There is a pandemic. Is this respecting the rights of these
I
kids?
ask you. Please
Are you
respect
respecting
the
the rights of these
This
kids?
is not a zoo, sir. Please don't treat the people.
You're right, and this is a
as such.
dangerous place,
Please don't treat the
and
people
your
like this.
policies,
That's all I ask for
unfortunately,
you,
are
sir.
trying to hide them. I understand
That's
you were
all I ask
instructed when 18
I ask
senators
you
came
to
down
please
here.
respect the people, give them dignity
I
and
respect
respect.
them, and I want to fix this situation.
We all want
And
to fix
the
it, sir. We
administration
don't
you're
want
working
this to
for is
happen anymore.
responsible for these conditions.
Please respect the people with dignity and respect,
And
sir.
I ask you to respect the people as well. This
I am
is
respecting
not
you.
respect.
I am respecting the
This
people.
is not respect.
Okay, so found a way to get the volume going there. Let's talk about what we are seeing and hearing here. First of all, if a member of Congress or the United States Senate walks into a federal facility, it should be yes, sir, no, sir, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. How can I accommodate you as a representative of the people? We elect our members of Congress and the United States Senate to make sure that the federal government operates the way that we feel that it should as the people. And no one should ever, what we're seeing here with this AOC lookalike is absolutely flabbergasting, completely disrespectful. But, it wouldn't surprise me. I'd like to know her immigration history. It would not surprise me for Biden to hire like a DACA illegal or a dreamer illegal alien and try to put him in one of these positions, or somebody that's all down with that agenda to get in the face of somebody like Ted Cruz. Because who is Ted Cruz? He's just some evil old white man, right? He doesn't get to come in and do what he wants to do. That's his privilege going, right? So, the fact that the Department of Homeland Security would have anybody that would do this to one of our elected officials is just absolutely off the charts. Then you've got a lot of people may be confused about what you're seeing here in the background. You've got these are Mylar thermal blankets or emergency blankets. The reason they're probably using these is, as you can see, this facility is beyond over capacity. It is absolutely packed to the hilt with illegal aliens here seen in the background around the body block censorship of Biden's DHS official. Look at that. Wow. She's so in the camera. She's so in your face. She's such a powerful, oh, that's a good one. But here, what you're seeing in the background These are Mylar thermal blankets, and if you've never used one, they're really great to have in a car on a camping trip or something like that because they're very thin and lightweight and disposable, but they reflect your body's heat. You can put one underneath you and around you, and it bounces your heat back. You get a lot of warmth from, a little bit here. Also, I suspect that the Department of Homeland Security is using Mylar because a lot of these illegals have not been, or they're trying to delouse them. They're coming straight out of jungle areas in Honduras and Nicaragua and Mexico, and a lot of them are carrying different types of insects, and a lot of them carrying a lot of different diseases. We know that many of the illegals that you see in the background here, some of them to a varying degree will be COVID positive. But just think what's happening. I don't care what type of ventilation system DHS has in this facility. You stack a bunch of people in like that, any place in this country, and let's stop and reflect on that for a second. First of all, let's get past the complete disrespect, blocking of our democracy, our republic here that this totalitarian censoring Cruz is doing. Let's look at this. We're in a situation where we're told we can't have funerals for our loved ones. We can't go into hospitals to visit sick and dying relatives because of this pandemic. We've got to wear a mask. We've got this rule here. We've got that rule here. Rules. Rules do not apply to illegal aliens and those who are processing them into the country. And by the way, all these illegals you see under the Mylar blankets back there, they're about to be popped on a plane for Biden-Harris's catch and release program, where they're going to fly them into the interior of the United States. Now, this is called catch and release. It's a deplorable policy. It should have been stopped a long time ago. And for everybody listening, it's not a law. It is not a court ruling. Okay, catch and release is an executive branch policy decision. It is the Biden-Harris. They are making the decision. When it continued under Trump for a while, it was Trump deciding to keep that. But he finally got rid of it for a brief amount of time towards the end of the Trump 4 years. We finally got catch and release stop. They finally started, because of the pandemic, putting illegals back across the border as soon as they were caught. And guess what happened? Illegal immigration came to almost a standstill. That's right. One of the reasons you should share this video far and wide is because we're telling the truth. The main way, the only way that you can turn off illegal immigration is to send people home. Now, is that me being mean? Am I being hateful? No. It's certainly not because they're brown or they're, from a different country. It's because they're coming in our country illegally, causing our citizens and our system harm in a lot of ways. And according to the existing laws of the United States, they're supposed to be deported back home immediately. According to the United States Constitution, Article 4, Section 4, all states shall be protected from invasion. This is a form of invasion that we're seeing here, folks. Okay. And so we've got to find a way as American citizens to stand up and to put a stop to this, because now here's the other thing. Not only are they going to use they're going to put all these illegals into these containers together where they're going to cross-infect each other with COVID-19 and one other infections they brought out of the jungles, like, Chagas and tuberculosis and antibiotic-resistant tuberculosis and dengue fever, all sorts of things that are not prevalent here in the United States that are pretty common or prevalent back in their home nations. They're bringing those in. They're being put in together where they'll all cross-contaminate each other with the pandemic, and then they're going to put them on planes at taxpayer expense and seed the country with them, pump them out there. Absolutely ludicrous, and it's hurting the Biden campaign more. The Biden-Harris, more people that find out about what's going on here, the numbers are dropping, and it's hard to get a picture. But look at these rooms. There's several of these rooms, see-through walls, and they're just packed with people under Mylar, rows of people. Even if there wasn't a pandemic, this is insane. And the answer is to put these people back across the border quickly, and or return them to their home nations as soon as possible, which is what both the United States Constitution and the existing immigration laws of the United States of America stand for. If you agree with that, let me see in the comment section, okay? Do you agree that illegal immigrants should be deported like our laws state? And is there anybody on YouTube hearing us? I see the Facebook crowd coming through loud and clear, and I appreciate you guys, Tom, Ralph, Arnold, Matt, Dave, Conrad. Appreciate your attention, appreciate your comments. But what about over on YouTube? We've got some new people subscribed on YouTube, and this should be lit up over there. It should be lit up on Twitch, although we only have 1 or 2 people on Twitch. And we should be coming through on several different platforms here, and we'd like to hear from people back. So I'm glad you watched the Ted Cruz video. If you feel that no member of Congress or the Senate should be censored, if you feel that illegal immigrants should be sent back home and deported as our current laws state, I want you to share this video with other people, and let's bring that through. You know, we're seeing across the country, and we've seen it for a long time now, we see a discrepancy in the rule of law. There is two different sets of laws. There's the laws that are applied to you as an American citizen, where you're not allowed to bunch up in a room like this. They have let people out of prisons. They've dumped out a lot of the prison population. That's one of the reasons that the BLM murder wave is happening. That's, you know, there's a lot of anti-white racism involved here. There's a lot of woke supremacy involved here. And there's a thing going on that I call the BLM murder wave, because something that criminologists have never seen before is happening in the United States right now. Murders across the country are up over 30%. And I call that the BLM murder wave because it comes in tandem and as a result of the impact of the Black Lives Matter movement, which includes the Antifa thugs and the defund the police movement, where they've cut funding for police. But deeper than that, they've messed things up so bad in this country. They've taken away popular programs that people love that showed police in a kind light, like Cops and got rid of Live PD. Any Live PD fans out there? We need to use this podcast to figure out a way what we can do to try to bring that back. But they're having trouble getting police to even fill positions right now. And so there's a murder wave that's going on. And of course, we are all on alert, waiting to see what happens in Minneapolis with the Chauvin trial, because everything could be on fire if that court case doesn't go the left's way. Now, one last thing before we close here. Don't just sit there and watch this video and do nothing. I want you to pick up a phone and I want you to call Ted Cruz's office and thank him for standing up to this Biden thug and taking this video and share it. Ted Cruz, he stood up for the right thing in this situation, and I think we need to get some people on the phone to Ted Cruz. I'm going to go ahead and see if I can possibly pick out his phone number here for us. I should have had it ready, but I'm going to give that out. Let's see here. We're going to contact Ted Cruz. Write this down or put it into your phone, or just check it later. Let's see here. Ted Cruz. What's that DC office number for you, Ted? Let's see here. We want to office locations. Here we go. Washington, D.C. for Ted Cruz. Office contact info. That's 202-224-5922. Let me see if I can move this over to the screen. There we go. One more time. This is all of Ted Cruz's contact information. It's got his different offices in the state of Texas. And then, of course, here he is in Washington, D.C. at 202-224-5922. Let me put on my reading glasses there. 5922. Would love to give you the White House call-in numbers, but those are not working. So right now, there's no way that you can use your telephone to convey your opinions about the Biden-Harris border destruction or border calamity by phone. They don't have that working because of the pandemic, and so you can't give that number. And also, I'd like you to take things a little further than Ted Cruz. I'd like you to call your own U.S. senators, or as many Republican U.S. senators as possible, to tell them some things that are very important here. Like, I just saw the DHS official censoring Senator Cruz, and I find it completely appalling that any member of the U.S. Senate would be treated this way by an existing Biden-Harris administration. You need to be hammering those Republicans, because right now, the Republicans in the U.S. Senate are all that stand between you and Biden's amnesty bills, which just passed the House, HB 6 and HB 1603. If you're not familiar with these two bills, you better find out quickly, because I'd say probably 95% of the country doesn't know that two amnesty bills just passed the House. They're now in the Senate, where the Democrats need 10 Republicans to come over and sell out and vote for these things to overcome the 60-vote filibuster threshold. And look, they've got Republicans. There are awful Republicans in the U.S. Senate, like Lindsey Graham and Marco Rubio. They love amnesty for illegal aliens. Florida Governor Rick Scott has already rolled out his amnesty compromise plan for illegal aliens. You know that Lisa Murkowski and Susan Collins are practically Democrats and under Republican affiliations. So it looks like the Democrats are getting really close in the Senate to having the 10 votes they need to overcome the filibuster on immigration, gun rights, taxation, all sorts of things that we the people do not support and are not going to approve of. So I want you to call as many Republicans today and this week in the U.S. Senate. Tell them about this video. Tell them about the Biden-Harris border crisis, how you don't like it. Tell them how you oppose amnesty for illegal immigrants. Tell them how you oppose HB 6 and HB 1603 illegal alien amnesty bills. And let me tell you something. If those rhino Republicans that we need to get in shape right now, if they pass that amnesty bill to, Biden's desk, well, boy, I'll tell you, it's over. They'll pick up another 5 million illegal aliens turned into voters. And once that happens, they're going to replace you in your jobs. They're going to replace you they're already voting. In case you're not aware of it, the illegal aliens are already voting in large numbers across the United States because there's really no place, that checks for them. There's a couple of states that have tried to crack down and to get the illegal immigrants out of the voter files. But in most states, the only thing that stands between an illegal alien and voting for the Democratic Party is a little checkbox on the voter registration form they see when they get their licenses or whatever that just says basically, are you a U.S. citizen? And if you check that box, no one ever checks it on the county level. Nobody ever checks it on the state level. No one ever checks it on the federal level. The Democratic Party and the illegal aliens and the drug smugglers who bring them in are all aware of this, and that's why large volumes of non-citizens, because it's a felony for not only illegal aliens, but it's a felony for non-citizens. Even if you're here as a legal immigrant, it is a felony for you to register and a felony for you to vote in a United States election, but it's happening all over the place. So if these are issues that are important to you, I want you to stand up with us here at Dystopia Media. Share this broadcast with your friends by email and social media. Join the Dystopia Media Facebook page. Join the Dystopia Media YouTube channel or any other way that you can. And I appreciate you being here. This is closing out on episode 3 of Dystopia Media. Stay tuned, folks. More good things to come.